Breaking news, at least 3 people are dead in a Catholic school shooting. We have the latest details out of Minnesota. Plus, new at noon, a flooding closure on the Chico State campus. And why Haas Farms in Anderson is canceling its Sunflower and Zinnia Festival this year.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, we are following out of Minnesota, where a shooting at a Catholic school has left 3 dead, including the shooter, and 17 others wounded. Authorities say the shooter opened fire with a rifle through the windows of a Minneapolis Catholic church and struck children celebrating Mass during the first week of school. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara calls the violence absolutely incomprehensible. The children who died were 8, 10, and 14 other kids were among the wounded.
It breaks my heart, makes me sick to my stomach, knowing that there's probably people I know that are either injured or maybe they were even killed. It doesn't make me feel safe at all at this community that I've been a part of for so long. So me and my friends were talking like this is like our version of 9/11 because we didn't grow up during 9/11. So this is like this with our community. That's what it feels like.
Police believe the shooter killed themselves. Officials are looking into the suspect's motive. O'Hara says the man was in his early 20s, did not have an extensive known criminal history, and is believed to have acted alone. Storms overnight left many people without power in our area. In Tehama and Shasta counties, more than 200 PG&E customers were without power, but as of about an hour ago, that power was restored. A live look at much clearer skies over Shasta County today. This is from the Alert California Highline Trail Cam. We check in with Court Klopping now for the very latest on your forecast.
Yeah, a pretty big difference today, Linda. It's not active out there like what we saw yesterday by this point, and we're not going to see that same level of activity. Nothing even close to it later today into tonight either, but there is still a chance for some active weather today. Here's the view from the Falcon View camera. This is located just to the west of Redding, looking northeast over the northern end of the valley, and you're seeing, for the most part, blue skies overhead. Now, for the northern Sierra, we're starting to see some clouds building in and starting to see some scattered shower activity in northern Plumas and Lassen County areas. That looks to be the best chance for active weather we'll see today in that region. Now, right now, 84 degrees in Chico, wind out of the southeast at 10 miles an hour. Humidity, 40% is not too shabby there. Redding heating up pretty quickly, but not as quickly as yesterday. 89 degrees right now. Wind out of the south is 6 miles an hour with humidity at 31%. Now, humidity is likely to dip down to below 30% for most of the valley today. High temperatures in the mid-90s with gusts up to 20 miles an hour out of the south this afternoon. When you remove that threat of thunderstorms and you end up with humidity a little higher, that leaves us with moderate to high fire danger for your Wednesday afternoon. Linda, coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'll be tracking red flag warning going into effect again later today for high fire danger, where thunderstorms are looking likely heading into your Wednesday evening, and what you need to know to plan ahead for your Labor Day weekend.
All right, thank you, Court. New at noon, Chico State shut down the Langdon Engineering Center today because of significant water intrusion from last night's rainstorm. Facilities Management and Services is assessing the damage and starting the repairs. The school says the flooding has affected all 3 floors of the building. Classes scheduled in Langdon today may be moved online. Students were told to check Canvas and their Chico State email for the latest update and for instructions. Firefighters are fighting 2 vegetation fires in Butte County in the Feather River Canyon. According to the unofficial nonprofit reporting site Watch Duty, the Bear Fire started on Highway 70 south of the Cresta Dam around 4:15 yesterday afternoon, and you could see the fire overnight on this Alert California time lapse. It burned about 2 acres. Also in Butte County, CAL FIRE Butte County told Action News Now the 1-4 fire has been fully contained. That sparked up along Highway 70 in the Jarbo Gap area on Camp Creek Road about 2 a.m. CAL FIRE told Action News Now again the forward progress was stopped at about 1.1 acres. Haas Farm in Anderson is canceling its Sunflower and Zinnia Festival in September because of a complete failure of the sunflower crop. Haas Farms says because of suspected faulty seeds and maybe some hungry local wildlife, their sunflower fields are completely bare. The team there said they're working to get the field filled with sunflowers by October. in time for pumpkin season. The good news is that the zinnias are still thriving. Butte County deputies arrested a suspect found with a loaded handgun during a traffic stop. The sheriff's office says the driver was pulled over near Glenwood and Nord Avenue in Chico on Saturday evening for a vehicle code violation. Deputies say the driver, Dustin Ponte, was on court probation and that a search of his car revealed a loaded handgun with an extended magazine hidden in a fishing flotation device. He was arrested on charges that include possession of a loaded gun that was not registered to him. A Butte County Fire volunteer group is asking county supervisors to consider moving a fire engine from one station to another in Concow. Some people believe volunteer firefighters could respond faster if the engine was moved from station 37 to 38 because most volunteers live closer to 38. The Golden Feather Fire Volunteer Group has been fixing up station 38. The group spent more than $100,000 for repairs that include repainting it, fixing the bathroom, the stairs, and more. The volunteer group donated the renovations to the county.
It was a real community effort to pull it all together, and we're excited, we're happy that it's complete, and we're very hopeful that we can improve response time and enhance public safety in our area.
Now that they're built, we're in this discussion of do we put engines in both for the pleasure of the volunteers to, make their calls to.
Teeter also said that before they consider moving forward with discussing the move and adding it to supervisor's agenda, he would like to speak to the Butte County Fire Chief before any decisions are made. New at noon, Shasta County supervisors passed an ordinance requiring increased fire mitigation on private properties. The new rule applies to unincorporated areas of the county, requiring hazardous fuel reduction of entire properties that are 2 acres or smaller. It also requires a 30-foot perimeter reduction for properties that are between 2 and 10 acres. Citations range from $100 for a first violation to as much as $500 for a third violation. The fall semester started this week at Butte College, and 7% more students are enrolled at the college this fall compared to last. That's according to Christian Gutierrez, the school's public information officer. He also told Action News Now they have slightly more full-time students than they did last year. The exact number of students enrolled will only be available after the census in mid-September, but Gutierrez says the current estimate for fall is 10,395 students, and that's expected to grow even higher in spring.
We're really excited. We do everything we do for our students, so seeing the campus lively, seeing all the new students come in, just fills the place with a lot of energy. So we're excited to have a bunch of new students come in this semester and follow their dreams with us.
Gutierrez also said that as of now, the number of students does not affect the school's budget because it is still funded at pre-pandemic and campfire levels. The current funding will last through 2027. We have a clarification to make. Yesterday, we reported that former CAL FIRE Captain Peter Mock waived his right to a jury trial in Shasta County. In fact, he waived his right to a jury trial last February, and yesterday Mock withdrew that waiver, meaning a jury trial will, in fact, happen. The start of the trial was continued at the request of his attorney, now set to start October 7th at 9 a.m. Gridley police arrested a driver for driving under the influence of alcohol. Police say early Monday afternoon, officers saw the driver speed through a red light near Highway 99 and Spruce Street, an area used frequently by students. Police say during a probation search and investigation, they determined the driver was under the influence. They were arrested on charges that include DUI and running a red light. The SpaceX Starship lifted off on a successful test flight. We show you the latest effort to get back to the moon. And the search continues for the man accused of killing his own daughters in Washington State.